What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So, today I wanted to talk about temporary defeat versus failure, setback versus quitting. And we have a great quote here today. So, let's get into it. Quote of the day: one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Every person is guilty of this mistake at one time or another. Napoleon Hill. Song of the day, Rapture by Under Oath. So let's first start by defining temporary defeat versus failure, setback versus quitting, right? Temporary defeat is something that is also known as a setback, an obstacle, a challenge, limiting us in the goal or the objective that we hope to accomplish, right? It can simply be something in the nature of you're going to cook a dish and you find out that this dish requires onions and you don't have onions on hand. It could be something significant like you're on your way to work and you go outside and your car won't start. It could be something catastrophic, like a relationship ending that you thought was going to carry you to the end of your lifetime. All of these analogies are temporary defeats. Though they are devastating, though they are devastating in their own right, right? You can't compare not having an item for a dish to losing the person that you thought would be with you for the rest of your life. Those two setbacks are definitely miles and miles, millions of miles apart, right? But both of them are temporary. At the end of the day, maybe sound controversial, but if that person was meant to be in your life, if it was meant to work out, it wouldn't have ended. That means that it's a temporary defeat. That means that it's something that you can overcome from. That means that it's simply just another obstacle in the path to your happiness. The thing that we really want to hammer home when we're talking about temporary defeats, setbacks, or obstacles, the thing that we really want to focus on is not the fact that we've decided in the past to make these things permanent failures, because we've like the quote says, we've all been guilty of this mistake, right? Where okay, you go to get those onions, they're not there, so the dish is ruined, it's over. I can't complete it, right? You just quit on the dish. Where we go outside and we try to start our car and it doesn't start. So you know what? We're not going to work at all that day. You know what? Fine. That means that we're not supposed to go. It's failure, right? Where this person has left us. This relationship has ended, and now we can no longer be happy. So we're going to condemn or curse all relationships going forward. And again, this isn't pointing the finger at anybody. This isn't blaming anyone or anything. But this is pointing out that we've all been here before, where we analyze a temporary setback as permanent failure, as permanent defeat, where it's temporary defeat. If you don't have the onions for that dish, make the dish without the onions and see how it tastes. Find a substitute for the onions and see how the dish comes out. There, now you found a way to improve or alter the dish or make a different variety of it. Hey, why not go to the store and get the onions for the dish? Why not go to your neighbor, see if you can borrow an onion? There are so many different ways to continue to pursue that goal of finishing that dish, of finishing that meal. If you go outside and your car doesn't start, then why not take the bus? Why not call an Uber? Why not walk? Why not carpool with a friend? Why not see if you can get it fixed and tell your boss that you'll come in another day or later on that day late. There's another and many options to still making it to work that day. If your loved one leaves you, if you find that a relationship isn't going to be able to be continued, you have to understand that this is the nature of life and not look on it as a negative thing. You can try to repair it. You can try to move on. You can try to find common ground and see if there is something that's compromisable. I mean, in my opinion, all relationships are compromised, but that's a message for another video and another day. And if it isn't irreparable, if it is not able to be moved on, if it isn't something that can be tangible, then gather your peace, gather your wits, make sure that you're emotionally, mentally ready, and start to seek out new relationships to form. The point is to make sure we don't confuse temporary defeat, that we don't confuse obstacles, that we don't confuse challenges with permanent failure, that we don't quit because there's a wall in our way, that we don't quit because we find ourselves at a disadvantage. We don't quit when the plan doesn't, when the strategy doesn't go according to plan, when things don't go according to plan. This isn't a time for us to, say that we'll never be able to do it. This is a time for us to get creative. This is a time for us to reanalyze and refocus our goals and our strategies. This is a time for us to research how else we can accomplish what we came to do. At the end of the day, the person that is tenacious and resilient, who is unwavering, the person that has a burning desire in their heart to have something accomplished, they will not let something silly like not having onions keep them from making their favorite dish. They will not let something that has come out of the blue and seem to come out of nowhere, like their car not stopping them, keep them from making money. And they will not let something that can be paralyzing, catastrophic, and damaging, like losing a relationship, keep them from pursuing their happiness. The person that really wants it, the person that has to have it, the person that dreams about it and it keeps them up at night, that person will find a way around these obstacles. They will find a way around these temporary defeats. They will find a way around these setbacks. The question is twofold. And it's first, are you able to identify a temporary defeat over a permanent failure? And second, are you the person that's hungry enough to dust themselves off after they have faced temporary defeat? Because if you can do both, I don't see anything that can stand in the way of what you hope to get. All right, guys, I need you to take care of yourselves. Please, please be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.